Welcome to day 17 of the Zeldathon. I'm happy to announce that we have raised currently over $7,000. Our marathon total is $7,815.27. And now we come to the last of the originally scheduled Zelda games, the Oracle series. I will be playing both Ages and Season. The setup is that I will play through Ages normally, then at the end I'll get the password, then I'll plug the password into Seasons, play the linked version of Seasons, get the final boss, the final ending, and get the true credits. Now, this playthrough is pretty cool because I am not joined by any HellfireComms member, but instead, I'm joined by Mempf himself from HPAW.
Oh, you had to do that, didn't you? It's Mempf.
Mempf, I'm sorry.
It's alright. Either way works. It's a little confusing. Especially now, people see me on Twitch, they just see HPAW. Because I don't use the Mempf username.
Alright.
So whatever, they all work. Mempf, HPAW. Especially now, because I have basically taken over HPAW 100% at this point.
Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me for this.
Oh yeah, no problem. These are actually some of the Zelda games that I did play in my childhood growing up. I play Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening DX, and the Oracle games.
Nice.
I owned both Ages and Seasons. I played Ages first, and I think I enjoyed Ages more overall, but I feel like the gameplay in Seasons is better.
I had Seasons growing up. So before we start, we have to, of course, enter the file name, and the name that won for the Oracle games is the King of Evil himself, the Pig Lord, Ganon.
So this is the Legend of Ganon.
It is written that only Ganon can defeat Ganon. So the Oracle games start off by pretty much letting you know that the Triforce is sentient. It makes decisions. It chose Link to go to a new land. These don't take place in Hyrule. They take place in Libiana and Holodrum, which are separate and pretty much out in the middle of nowhere.
Which one is Ages?
Libiana.
Right. Okay. This person looks incredibly healthy. Oh, I was gonna say healthy, but now that she said it's Impa, I don't know. Has she been around for 1,000 years?
I don't know.
You could look pretty bad after 1,000 years. Just let me take a look at Skyward Sword.
But she's blueberry flavored now. Also, she said that you have a triangle on the back of your hand. You start the game with the Triforce. What does this affect gameplay-wise? Absolutely nothing. You start this game just as weak as you start any other Zelda game.
Doesn't Link always have the Triforce?
No, in certain Zelda games he has to acquire it, or the Triforce just isn't there at all.
Is there really a game that he doesn't have the sign of courage on the back of his hand?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought that just like Zelda is always the reincarnation of Zelda, or that embodiment of the goddess, or whatever, and Ganon is always Ganon.
They are.
Link was always Link. And I thought the Triforces were always there.
No, the reincarnations will tend to get the Triforce, but they're not giving it
Okay,
outright.
so they're destined to get it.
Yeah, it's not a birthright.
Sometimes they have to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is a birthright, that they just have to work for it. 'Cause no one else has ever had them, right?
Nope. I mean, they've broken apart, and let's see, the Triforce has been a whole thing. It's been 3 things, and then even one of the pieces themselves has broken off into 8 pieces, so...
And in Nintendo Land, you just get the Triforce, just get the whole thing. Like,
yeah.
You get the Triforce.
And even worse is that in Zelda 1, there's actually multiple Triforces. The triangle, that's a Triforce, and there's 2 Triforces. So, yeah.
So Impa was possessed.
And that's why we needed to push the stone for her, because the evil couldn't touch the block with a triangle.
Oh my, that sprite and that dress is something else. Oh, and the hair. There's so many places to begin.
I know, you went for the dress. I was like, dress, please, hair. god, it's so gaudy.
Well, I was looking at her from the other side at first.
Okay. And now Nehru is blueberry flavored.
What kind of matches her hair?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. At least with Impa, it was a pretty drastic color change. This is just, they made her entire sprite the same color. Oh well. We also get a quirky sidekick character, Ralph. I don't like him. I don't care for him.
He's got like a wizard hat.
Yeah, he gets a wizard hat, but he's a swordsman.
He always looked like he was kind of like a wizard to me. But yeah, he doesn't ever use magic, does he?
Nope. He also never uses his brain, but we'll leave that for later.
That's just the curse of the sidekick.
Someday the sidekick will reign over the hero himself. So the plot of this game is dicking in the past, where people are just going to go into the past, mess stuff up for everyone else, and we got to deal with the consequences.
Which is someone flicking the light switch on the world on and off really quickly?
Exactly, while going, ooh.
Wait, did that guy just turn into an old man?
Yeah, I don't get how that affects the timeline. It's like, did you cause the person to be born sooner?
I understand how these monkeys just kind of vanish. This makes sense.
Oh, you killed their ancestors off so that the monkeys go extinct long before this time, so that there's none left over.
This one also doesn't make all that much sense. How far back is the two time periods in this game? 500
years?
Okay, so which comes back to our earlier discussion. How long is the lifespan of a
Hylian?
Of some This isn't in Hyrule. Are they still Hylian then?
I think it's the same race, even though the race and the land share the same name. Hylians live in places other than Hyrule.
Right. Okay. So for argument's sake, let's just call them Hylian.
All right.
And how long do they live for? What's an average lifespan? The chat seems to say 400 years.
Oh, the difference between the two is 400? Well, okay, so I think you'd have to guesstimate what the difference between Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess would be, which there's no indication of time flow, because the skeleton guy in armor, that's Majora's Mask Link. So he ages. You can't just say, oh, he's always a kid. So he at least grows up. He does become an adult at some point. But I don't know how long it'll take.
I'm just trying to make sense of how these weird time paradoxes are occurring.
Don't do that. Especially with this game, it's not going to end well. The entire game is built upon the premise of time paradoxes.
Hey, all I need to know is the lifespan of a Hylian. How many generations is it between... Right, like, let's forget about years. How many generations is it?
I don't know. Well, no, hold on. I think there's some people here that they talk about... Oh, what did they talk about? They talk about grandparents?
Okay. So we'll find out.
Yeah, because there are a few people that live in both time periods. Later on, the Zora King... So the Zoras have really stupidly long lifespans, because the Zora King is in both the past and the present.
Right.
Also, this tree has a ridiculous lifespan, but...
Right, so the Zelda games are not against super long lifespans. Oh no!
She's going rave mode.
Yeah, I believe that was the original joke in this place.
Yep. She went totally disco. Never go disco, kids. So you can only go through time at the moment by finding these time portals. And now we're in the past. You can tell because the hourglass in the upper corner had the sand at the top. So it's before the sand fell.
Also, it's like sepia tone, so it's clearly the past.
That's the past. Yep.
Like the color tone clearly indicates that this is the past. Or a very, very unhappy future.
Yep. There are some places though where it's not all that easy to differentiate past and present, and it gets really stupidly confusing.
I think this is a good time to mention that this is a marathon we are doing for Child's Play. All proceeds go to getting entertainment for children in hospitals who have nothing better to do with their time than to just sit there in bed. Maybe they can get one of those new Nintendo 2DSs, which would be a bad idea. They should get a 3DS. I don't know. Actually, if more people can get more 2DSs because they're cheaper, it's not like they need the portability at the moment.
So yeah, we're doing this for the kids. So anything that you can spare, anything you can donate, it all goes straight to Child's Play. We don't touch it, we don't handle it, and it goes to the kids.
And if we reach, I'm gonna say this like it's true, but I haven't been convinced that it's true yet. If we reach $8,500, Emeralds will be playing Chrono Trigger. I greatly am looking forward to, above all else.
I approve of this edition.
Like this is a time-based game. Chrono Trigger's a time-based game. I think there's some synergy that can be worked in here.
Oh, I agree. Let's do it. So
if nothing else, I want an explanation like every step of the way. Why is this a problem? Why don't you like this?
I like how the evil plan here is I'm gonna build a tower. The tower doesn't do anything. She's not even gonna put like a laser on the tower. She's just gonna build a tower because
you know that
towers make people sad.
Well, that's true, but how do you know she's not gonna put a laser on it?
Because they already said that it's not gonna have lasers.
Well, clearly you don't tell the people who are building your tower that it's a giant death tower. Do that later when the tower's done.
Surprise! You built my death tower. Thanks for all the help, guys. See, Kefka had the wrong idea. But then again, he also had magic to build his tower for him. And the thing is that she was actually going to build the tower originally for another reason. It's just that Nehru came in here into the past and was like, hey, you know that tower you're building? How's about we call it the Black Tower? And that's ages. Now we got to stop this tower from being built.
Well, I think ultimately we're trying to save Nehru.
Yeah, about that. Can I just go adventuring before I do any of that? I mean, I'm in a new land. Can I just do some sightseeing?
Oh, no, there you go.
Nah, blocks are just...
Yeah, sometimes blocks don't move.
You gotta push them in the correct direction. Because these blocks think they all bad and are better than you. You're not better than me. You're square.
Does this game have multiple tunics?
No.
Aw, that was definitely the best part about DX was the ability to get the different tunics.
There are ways though that you can decrease damage and increase strength, but it's in the form of rings.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like cheat codes.
The rings are pretty much cheat codes, but yeah, that's another huge mechanic. Besides, obviously, the fact that you can connect two games is that you have tons of accessories. You get these rings, and they all do a billion different things.
Where do you get these rings?
One tile south of here is the ring shop, and
I'll
be getting a ring later, so don't worry. We'll get to see it in all its splendor. This tree is really, really happy to see Ganon. It's like, oh my god, Ganon! You've been revived!
She's in love with Ganon.
Trees and pigs. OTP.
Hey, Shrey, I don't want to get into spoilers here, but you're going to be unhappy about this relationship in the not-too-distant future.
Oh god. Oh man, I clicked the wrong option. Ah!
So I've got one of the ultimate questions for talking about spoilers in Zelda games. Is mentioning that Ganon is in a Zelda game a spoiler?
Not in the slightest. Honestly, I think mentioning that Ganon's not in a Zelda game is a spoiler. Also,
right.
I thought I clicked the wrong option, but I didn't. It's just she talks forever. So here's the ring. Here's
Oh
the
my,
ring dude.
this guy is just doing like the Egyptian thing, huh? It's like, look at my, oh, he's got like Tetris piece arms.
He's also got a pretty cool hat with a feather in it.
Is it the Rock's feather?
No, unfortunately, he's not jumping around. We're off to the first dungeon, and the tree is very gracious enough to tell you where the first several dungeons are in this game. That is in both seasons and ages, so you shouldn't get too lost.
I just called. Oh god, what's his name? I got it wrong every single time in the X marathon. Kind of half intentionally, but the person in the telephone booth, I don't even remember what it was. Starts with an L.
Oh, that guy who, when you actually try to talk to him, he's antisocial as hell.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I use the phone.
Well, someone's special. It's like one of those people that has that talks to a ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah. If you do this, don't. Rethink your life.
Just talk to people. It's okay. They're not here to hurt you. Just gotta light these two torches.
So one thing I noticed upon kind of reviewing some footage of the DX Marathon and just now being reminded, because this is this exact same sprite of Link.
Yep.
When you push things, your cheeks get all flushed with the color that your tunic is. So once I got the red tunic, it was red.
Yep.
And I noticed that you're getting flushed with green still in this game.
Exactly.
I can only imagine that you get all flushed with blue, which I guess means you're being possessed. So don't pick the blue tunic.
Don't pick the blue tunic in ages. I will be sure to do that.
Or in DX.
True.
It's the wrong one. You want power.
Ah.
It's one of the Triforces. There's no Triforce of defense.
Triforce of defense. Gotta kill these guys in order for a block to be able to move. It makes sense. Shut up.
Really? Won't let you move the block until you kill the enemies?
Exactly. Rooms like that are gonna be a lot more plentiful in seasons. Trust me. Although it's even dumber because it'll be kill all the enemies so that the doors will open.
Alright, so we have some new donations.
Cool.
Our first donation comes from Dex Monicus. Good luck on your piggy mission of pigginess. Ganon. Meats of evil.
Meats of evil indeed.
And from Inferno Dragon 343. Because why not? For the kids.
Don't for them. They're so innocent.
Sorry, hashtag for the kids.
Ooh, yes.
I forgot that that's an important thing to say.
Yep.
I'm still not completely used to this whole social media thing.
Dude, get with the 21st century already. Oh, I could have caught it. I wussed out. But yeah, this puzzle is not all that difficult. Just, push some switches and you're good. First dungeon is really easy, but yeah, the puzzles will definitely get harder. I mean, this is the puzzle-based.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the puzzle-based one, isn't it?
Also, sorry if I'm not talking as much as I did during Zelda 1 and A Link to the Past. I mean, Zelda 1, I know that game very, very well, so I could talk without messing stuff up too badly. And A Link to the Past was a blind run, so it was like, I'm gonna mess up anyway, so... But
so this is our first mini-boss of the game?
Yep, and it's slash to win. That's it.
Hey, I just want to get an idea of the delay I've got here. Can you just tell me when you leave the room? You probably already did, actually.
A while ago.
Yeah. Oh, these guys got boomerangs.
They do. Gorillas have had boomerangs since like the beginning. Also, I'm killing like way too many enemies in this dungeon, but that's okay, because I don't need to worry about my maple
Apparently,
counter.
you never know when a room's gonna require you to kill all the enemies.
You don't. First playthroughs, I got conditioned to do that. It's just, you know what? I'm just gonna kill everything because it's probably gonna end up unlocking the doors anyways.
Wow, they just like give this to you.
Exactly.
Like I didn't even get the first item in DX was Rock's Feather, and I didn't get that easily.
Nope.
Oh, if you run into if you try to pick up a pot without this thing, does it do that really annoying text message?
Yeah, that oof, it's real heavy.
They still do that?
Yep.
Sorry, did you ignore that chest?
It has a gacha seed, which I don't need to plant. I'm not a gardener. I'm an adventurer. I'm Link.
Oh, you don't.
Or I'm
okay.
Ganon.
I just remembered that mechanic. That's how you get more seeds and stuff in this game. You have to plant them, and then like go and harvest them.
And they'll give you random treasures or a heart piece or some rings, but in the end, it's never worth it because you gotta wait for it to actually grow.
What does wait mean though in this case? Does this just mean go to the future?
No, you would think that, but no.
Wait, are we at the boss already? This dungeon
Yep.
is flying by. It's Halloween though.
Yep,
Halloween themed boss.
Jack Skellington himself. And dead.
Like I'm seeing a lot of combined elements of the bosses in DX.
Yeah,
That was reminiscent of the genie throwing in the bottle.
he's invincible, except for his, giant glaring weak spot. That's not even a part of his body. Don't make your weak spot another item. It doesn't work, guys.